Do subscribe Learn Nepal for more videos. Dear friend, Namaste. Today I come with a video related to passive voice, and it includes some of the exercises of Unit 3, 5 and 6 of grade 11. So first let's know active voice and passive voice, or what do they mean. In general, we tend to use the active voice, and that is when a subject does an action to object or a person, or if we want to show what the performer or subject does, we use active voice, like he stole my purse. Here the subject, performer he, action or verb stole, and object my purse. Here performer does some action, and if you want to show the action of the performer, you use active voice. And we use passive voice when we want to emphasize the object on which the action is performed by the performer, or if subject is unknown or less important, we prefer using passive voice. For example, my purse was stolen by him. Here the emphasis is given to the object on which the action is performed. So now let's know the rule of formulating passive voice or passive sentence. So to formulate a passive sentence, you have to keep in mind three things. First, you have to put the object of active sentence at the beginning of your passive sentence, or object, it takes place the position of subject in passive voice. Second, use appropriate form of verb to be in the same tense as in active sentence. Here to be verb, it means assisting verb, helping verb or auxiliary verb like is, am, are, was or were. To be verb in the same tense as in active sentence, it means if active sentence is simple present, use is, am, are. If it is in simple past, use was or were. If it is continuous, use being, and if it is perfect, use been. Or if in active sentence there is V1 or V5, use is, am, are. If there is V2, use was or were. If there is V4 or ing, use being, and if there is V3, use been. And finally, you put the main verb in past participle form. Past participle form, it means V3. You have to change the given verb into its V3 form. So now the structure of formulating passive voice is object, and then to be verb in its appropriate form means is, am, are, was, were, has or being or been, and then V3. Main verb should be changed into V3. Object, appropriate to be verb, and V3. Let's see some examples. He delivers letters. Let's see, he delivers letter. So first we have to put object in the position of subject, letters, and here we have to use appropriate be verb, and here you can see this is simple present, therefore we have to use is, am or are. Here letters, it is plural, therefore we are using are, letters are, and then we have to use V3. We have the main verb deliver, and its V3 form is delivered. So letters are delivered. Similarly, she is painting my room. This is continuous tense, therefore to make passive we have to use being. So first object, my room is being painted. So most of the students, they make mistake here. They go on making passive like this, my room is painted, but the given sentence is in continuous form, therefore we have to use being and then only V3. My room is being painted. Similarly, someone stole my purse. So object first, my purse stole, it is V2 or it is past, therefore we have to use appropriate form of to be verb, that is was. My purse was stole, and V3 form of it is stolen. My purse was stolen. Similarly, he was feeding the tigers. So first object, the tigers, it is plural, therefore we are using were. The tigers were, and it is continuous one, see, feeding, therefore we are here using being and change the main verb into V3, feeding, fed. So the tigers were being fed. And finally, he had sent a letter. So first object, a letter, it is singular, therefore has. A letter has, here sent, see, had sent. So here main verb is in V3 form, therefore we have to use been, or if it is perfect, has, have or had plus V3, we have to use been plus V3. A letter has been sent. In this way, while making passive, we first use object and then we use appropriate form of to be verb, is, am, are, was, were, being or been, and then we use V3. So now let's do some more practice. Student book 3.7, simple present passive. So first let's know the structure of simple present active. Subject V1 or V5 and then object. So while changing it into passive, first we are using object. Here is V1 or V5, it is in present, therefore we are using appropriate form of to be verb, that is, am or are according to object, and then we use V3. Change these sentences into passive. So first question, his newspaper pays him a huge salary. Here you can see two objects, him or his salary. You can use either. First let's use him. So begin with the object. So we are bringing him in the position of subject, therefore we have to use subjective case of the pronoun him, that is he, and here is B5, this is simple present, therefore is, and V3 form of pays is paid, he is paid a huge salary. Or if you use a huge salary in the position of subject, you can compose a passive sentence in this way: a huge salary is paid, but now here you have to use to him. A huge salary is paid to him. Similarly, they publish all his articles. Here object, all his articles, it is plural, therefore are, and B3 published. All his articles are published. Similarly, they send him all over the world. This is present tense, therefore we are using is, am, are plus V3. So first object him, so bring it in the position of subject. He, this is present, therefore is, he is. Now V3 sent, he is sent all over the world. Similarly, they ask him to cover major world events. Again, this is present, therefore we are using is, am, or are. First use object him, so bring it in the position of subject. He, this is present, our subject is singular, therefore is, he is. B3 form of ask is asked to cover major world events. He is asked to cover major world events. Sometimes police arrest me. So see here, sometime, this is general frequency marker, therefore if it is kept in the beginning in active sentence, put it in the beginning, or if it is kept after the subject while making passive, keep it after the subject, or if such frequency markers are given at the end, use them at the end of passive sentence. So here it is given in the beginning, so sometimes, so now object me, bring it in the position of subject. I, sometimes I, this is present, therefore you have to use is, am or are. Here our subject is I, therefore it takes am, I am, B3, arrested. So sometimes I am arrested. So let's do a bit more practice of passive voice. Unit 3 workbook, passive with get. Here passive with get, it means instead of using is, am or are, we are using get or gets. And here you are seeing some frequency markers like often, now and again, sometimes, occasionally, from time to time, usually, and such other. So if such frequency markers are kept in the beginning of the sentence while changing in passive, just keep them at the beginning of the sentence. If they are kept after the subject in passive, put those markers after the subject, or if they are kept in the last or at the last of the sentence in passive, you can put them at the end. So let's do some practice. So here all the sentences are in present, therefore we are using get or gets and then V3. So first question, people often telephone me in the middle of the night. So our object here is me, therefore I often, it takes get, I takes get, I often get, now V3 of telephone, telephoned in the middle of the night. Similarly, now and again they call me to a road accident. So frequency marker is given at the beginning. So in passive, use it in the beginning. Now and again, object is me, therefore here I takes get, therefore I get. V3 of call is called to a road accident. Now and again I get called to a road accident. Similarly, they sometimes send me to football matches. So here sometimes is given after the subject, therefore while making passive we have to put it after our new subject. So here the object is me, therefore we have to bring it in the position of subject. I, then frequency markers, sometimes, here I, therefore get, and V3 of send is sent to football matches. So I sometimes get sent to football matches. People occasionally threaten me. So here again you can see occasionally is kept after people, after the subject, therefore in passive we have to keep it after the new subject. So object is me, bring it in the position of subject. I occasionally, I takes get, obviously get, and V3 of threaten is threatened. I occasionally get threatened. Similarly, from time to time they ask me for my autograph. So let's see here. From time to time it is given at the beginning, so keep it at the beginning of the passive sentence. From time to time, now bring object in the position of subject. Here object is me, therefore I get, and then B3 ask, asked for my autograph. From time to time I get asked for my autograph. Similarly, people usually leave me a tip. Here you can see two objects, me and a tip. You can use either. So occasionally is given after the subject, therefore we can put it after the new subject. So for example, a tip usually, a tip is singular, therefore gets, a tip usually gets, B3 of leave is left. So a tip usually gets left to me. So before this object, first object, we have to use to me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Next time I will come with present continuous passive and simple past passive related to Unit 5 and Unit 6.